Hi, 5th grade. Welcome to day 3 of C and K. We're going to start off with some sight words. Oh, I can spell and, A-N-D, and is a word that I write with my hand. A-N-D, A-N-D, Nicky, Nicky, no. That's what I learned in my school, mama. All, A-L-L, A-L-L, all, A-L-L, A-L-L, all. Basketball. This is a song you can sing to your mom. I like you, you like me. I write like L-I-K-E with a great big hug and a kiss from you to me. I write like L-I-K-E. Okay, as we're going through our story, you may have noticed that there were some different punctuation marks. There was a period where we need to stop. There was an exclamation mark where we need to exclaim it, so we say exclamation. And then there was a comma. What's a comma for? Well, a comma is often when you're making a list, you might say, I want eggs, I want cream, I want butter, and I want bread. You can also use commas just to make a pause. So we have a period where we stop reading, and we have a pause where we slow down, but we keep reading like this. Now, you may have noticed that there are no periods and exclamation marks in these sentences because I've left them out. But there are commas. So we're going to read this one with a period. And I want you to think and tell me where I should put the period. Where does this go? What do you think? Periods go at the end of a sentence, not at the end of a line. This just happens to be the end of my sentence and my line. So we write, I like C. Now, I'm going to use an exclamation mark for the second one. Is it going to sound the same or different? It's going to sound different because an exclamation mark totally changes the way the sentence sounds. All of it. So let's try it with the exclamation mark. I like K. I like C. I like K. Finally, this one needs to have an uppercase letter because it's the start of a sentence. And then we go k, k, k. And it needs to end with a period. Let's try those one more time. I like C. I like K. K, k, k. Nice job. We're also going to look at the characters and the setting today. So, who were some of the characters in the story that you came across? Do you think there was a main character? Do you think some characters were more like the first characters rather than other characters? In this story today, we had Cam, Cass, and Mac. Like I said before, the commas can be used in a list. So I put Cam, Cass, Mac. Did you hear my pause? Listen again. Cam, Cass, Mac. Over in the setting, that's where the story took place. Now, in this story, it wasn't quite as important for it to be wherever it was set. I think it was set in the woods because you could see grass, but you couldn't really see any trees. I'm still thinking it was set in the woods. Now, in the last story we read, which was Sam and Cam, got it. The setting was really important. It had to be in a school. But this setting, it was not quite so important. So I'm just going to write the woods. They didn't go anywhere, so it was really just one place, the woods. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at some sentences that haven't been finished. So you can see that every sentence ends with a period because sentences start with an uppercase letter, sentences end with the period. Whoosh! Is that true for every sentence? Let's see. Uppercase letter, uppercase letter, uppercase letter, uppercase letter, uppercase letter. Period, 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 period. Yes, they all start with an uppercase letter and they all end with a period. Whoosh! Dangerous. So here's what we have to do. We have to finish the sentence with what we think is going to be the best. So I like, that could be anything because that's you. What does Cass like? Cass likes, Cam likes, Mac likes, and what? How did he get into this story? I squeezed in Sam from a couple of stories ago. Sam likes, tell me what you think. What does Cam like? What does Cass like? What does Mac like? What does Sam like? If you said that Cass likes K, you're correct. If you said Cam likes C, you're correct. If you said Mac likes CK, you're correct. And Sam likes S. What do you like? I'm going to leave that one open. Maybe you like, or maybe you like, well, it's your turn to go and read the story by yourself. Now you've got a whole bunch of tools you can use in your toolbox to tackle this story much better. Happy reading, first grade.